YouTube, welcome to my video. To make the Kiyoshi warrior skirt, I started with a circular tablecloth, and then using a little bit of geometry, I was able to mark out the waistline. I marked it out according to my sister-in-law's hip measurement, since it does need to fit over her hips, and then we can use elastic and buttons to make it fit afterwards, which is what we did. I didn't include the part where I added the elastic and the buttons, but just know this is a circular tablecloth. I want to apologize for this video being late. Life has been crazy with the new school year starting, and everything, and the pregnancy. So here I am using a pattern that I found online, and it is very easy to just measure out on my own, so I'm not tracing it there. And then I cut out the pattern pieces just as I did with the top costume. And then this fabric is actually left over from the Naofumi costume. It was Naofumi's cape. I took the faux fur off, and then I cut out these pieces. I don't know why I did it so scampulously and not caring about how much salvage was left on either side. I wish I had done that differently. I actually did make a mistake here. I had measured the sleeves one length instead of double on the fold, and so I did go back after this and cut out different sleeves that were double this size so that they would be large enough once the robe was folded over. Okay, so I'm just changing out my thread here. And these video clips are out of order of when I did them, but they're more in order of piece by piece. So then I just stitched together using my machine those pieces that you saw me pin just now. And yeah, I just went along the seams. I am loving my new Baby Lock Zest. It is such a great machine to work with, and you can see I'm able to just get the fabric flying right through there and get it all put together, which is so nice. I apologize if I'm a little sniffly right now. My allergies are going a little crazy today, but I do need to get this video up, so despite the sniffles, I am still recording my narration for this. So one thing I wish I had done was leave the sleeves open and add the ribbon down the sleeves before I had sewn them closed. I did end up hand stitching them after this. Granted, you don't know what I'm talking about yet at this point. After this, I started working on the headdress here. Or no, not the headdress yet. So this black pleather I found at Walmart, and I'm using it for the apron part of the Kiyoshi warrior costume. Meanwhile, my sister-in-law on the side there was actually making the necklace for Saka, because she does clay and stuff. And then I was putting the strips around the edging here so that it had kind of a thicker, cooler edge. This pleather is kind of hard to work with at the corners, and the machine didn't, even with the Teflon foot, didn't really want to feed it through very much because it just is such a grippy material. But yeah, so this is the front piece, and those darts down the front are to accommodate for the shape of the person who's going to be wearing it, which is my sister-in-law. Was changing the thread again and doing something. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I see. I needed to add more black thread. Okay. So then I put the apron on for Edwina, and I needed to sew some straps, so that's what I'm doing here, is I'm making the straps to connect the front and back pieces. The apron is really just two rectangular pieces and two straps, and that's all it really is. So that's why I didn't use a pattern or measure for this part, is because I was able to just eyeball it. Straps, realized there was a little bit of mistakes, so I fixed those mistakes where the edging wasn't completely connected to the apron. She tried it out. Then I took some foam, just some kids craft foam, and I painted gold on it. I put the geometric shapes on the back and cut those out, so I had a triangle, a square, and 2 very long rectangles, and that's the general layout of what I'm doing. I'm making sure that all of the pieces are an equal measurement as I glue them down using some super glue. I was really proud I didn't get any super glue on my fingers. I used these Chinese coins. They're more of just a little touristy thing, but I have a bunch of them, and I put those on there. Alright, so as far as the Kiyoshi headpiece goes, I've got that part, which you saw me put together, and then I've got the black headband, and I stitched on those tassels. They've got plastic around them right now, and so now all I have to do is take this part and connect it to the headband all the way around. The problem is I am not sure how to do that, because if I sew through the foam, it is likely to break, and if I use the super glue, the headband will stick to the foam head because it'll soak through. So I think what I need to do is go buy fabric glue at some point before I post this video. Yep, that's what I'll do. I thought I would just throw in some pictures here of close-ups of that headpiece. So this is my sister-in-law Ashley. You saw her in my Melty video, and she is trying on the robe. I haven't finished the edges, and I wanted to make sure that it fit on her shoulders, and also that she would be able to kick and do things so that we can have some cool posed pictures. The other thing I talked about with her was possibly putting a triangular panel in the back, and we decided that it wasn't necessary. So the next thing I needed to do was roll that hem, and I used my rolled hem foot, this was the first time I was able to successfully do that, because it is a new foot for me to use, and it is a trickier one to figure out. I tried it before on something but couldn't do it, and this time I had a much straighter edge to be working with and thinner fabric, so I decided to try it, and it worked perfectly. These are the ribbons I was talking about adding on the sleeves earlier. In the video I only get around to pinning them, and I did stitch it on by hand after I filmed the video. I also added 2 more of those Chinese coins onto the ribbon as well for the little gold circle spots that the Kiyoshi warriors have. Here I'm making the sash, and then to invert the sash after sewing it I use the broom handle. I found that that's a really easy way to invert something that... Alright, so that is the Kiyoshi warrior. I still do need to hand stitch the ribbon and the coin onto the sleeve, but I'm going to do that later. I would have just machine stitched the ribbon, but I forgot to leave the sleeve open to do that. And as you saw before, there's the headdress. Yeah, worked pretty well. Just used some craft glue. And then my
sister-in-law, who will be wearing this, is just gonna wear whatever t-shirt she wants underneath. And then we have the skirt, the dark green skirt down here, made from the circle tablecloth that you saw me make at the beginning of the video. And then you saw me make the robe and the chest piece breastplate part. So yeah, that's our Kiyoshi warrior. We're still trying to figure out what to do for the fans. We have some gold paper, can't figure out how to get like the really thin wooden slats for sticks, looking for a way to do that, but I think I'm going to wrap up that video here. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe, check out my playlists. And I have 3 more costumes to make for the Avatar: The Last Airbender Halloween family cosplay. Thanks for watching. Bye! Not drop the head. Edit this part out.